Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Abby. I'm with Fitness is Medicine, and today we're going to give you another great workout you can do in your home. We're going to need a ball, a fit ball. If you don't have one, you can do it on the ground, no problem. And a set of dumbbells, a kettlebell if you have one. If you don't, it's no big deal. And then a band that you can put around your ankles, and that is it. So we're going to start on the ball. Like I said, if you don't have one, you can just do a bridge on the floor. What we're going to do is walk out into a bridge where your shoulders and chest are resting comfortably on the ball, and do a lats overhead. So we're going to hold one dumbbell, lift it straight overhead, and then back over your chest. So walk out into that bridge to start. You want to be to a point where your neck and head and shoulders are resting comfortably on the ball. Press that weight right overhead and bring that straight back. So last time we did bending your elbows, correct? This time we are just hinging at the shoulder. So we're pulling in those big lats in your back to do this exercise. Also, holding the bridge, we're getting some hamstring and glute activation and also some core. So I like to kind of add lots of variety to these exercises to engage lots of different muscles and keep everything firing and working to keep getting you as strong as possible. We're going to do two more. So like I said, your elbows are straight on this one. Don't be bending like this, similar to what we did on the last workout. And straight back overhead. All right, walk yourself back up and relax. Okay, hang on to that weight or grab a kettlebell. It's up to you. If you have one, it's fun to just use your equipment. We're going to do a squat into a single leg stance. So we're going to incorporate a little bit of balance here. So what I want you to do is just hold that dumbbell. You can hold it however you want, maybe like this. So what I want to do is squat down, come up, and I want you to hold it on one side for, a count of 3, let's say. Squat, come up to that one side, 1, 2, 3. Now here, I'm keeping my shoulders back, 1, 2, 3. You want to keep your chest forward, 1, 2, 3, your shoulders down. Now, I'm going quite low here. You don't have to go that low in order to activate your quads and your glutes here for your squat. So you can just go to here. But notice that my chest is still facing forward. I'm really sitting back so that the weight is in my heels with these squats. I'm going to come up over onto that one side, 2, 3. So I want you to really find that balance as you hold here, down, so that we're not just going back and forth like this. That's a great exercise, but that's not what we're doing today. So I want you to really find that balance. We're going to do 2 more on each side. 2, 3. Keep breathing. 2, 3. 1 more on each side. 2, 3. Down, weight is in your heels, sitting your hips back, 2, 3. All right, good. Okay, now we're going to hang on to this weight again, grab its partner, grab the other set of the pair, and we're going to do alternating shoulder press. Now, if you do have back pain, I'd recommend that you sit on a ball or a chair for this, and I will do that as well. I don't have back pain, but if you want to do this standing, you can add a little bit of balance if you would like, or you can just keep your feet nice and stable. We're going to alternate shoulder presses here. So starting here right at your shoulders, you can either do them here with your elbows out to the sides. We're just pressing one up and down at a time. 3, 3. I'm going to switch halfway through and show you the other way you can do it is bringing your elbows in. Sometimes this isn't very comfortable on shoulders or elbows, depending on what you've got going on. You can do it right here too. Just keeping those elbows in close. Breathe. 3. If you're sitting, you're still sitting up nice and tall. You don't want to try to sit here and go, because then your shoulder isn't going to be in the right range of motion. 5 and 5. So that was 10 total. Okay, now we're going to switch it up, and I'm going to have you grab a little band that you can put around your ankles. If you don't have a band that you can put around your ankles, you can grab a TheraBand and just wrap it around your feet. We're going to do a monster walk. So put this around my ankles. The other thing you can do is tie a TheraBand in a knot if you happen to have an extra one. There's lots of ways you can do this. Now, we are going to walk forward also while pulling your feet, your hips out to the side. So we're going to do a hip abduction as we're walking forward. So we're going to try to go 10 paces forward with each leg. 1. Now, I like to kind of come in and then pull out to the side. 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to do 5 here on each side so that I don't go too far off the screen. Now we're going to go backwards. Now, if you're going to go backwards, make sure that you're in a space where you know you can go backwards without running into anything. All right, so same thing. We're going to go back and out to the side. So a little abduction and extension all at once. The first one is abduction and flexion, and this is abduction and extension, really working those glutes. This backwards one is really working those glutes. Now, you want to keep those feet nice and wide. Good. And also, making sure you're in a little bit of an athletic stance. Your knees and your hips are bent just a little bit in order to keep those joints moving with fluid, moving in the correct motion. Because if you're trying to do them like with straight legs, you're going to be, it's going to be more difficult, and your body is made to move in this position where you've got your knees and your hips bent a little bit, putting you in a correct position also so you don't happen to engage your back. Okay, now we're going to lie down on the floor. So I'm going to drop my camera a little bit here. We're going to do penguin abs. So, lying on your back with your feet flat on the floor, your knees bent, your hands right here by your side. Now, I want you to flatten your back to the floor so you can't slide your hands in there. And then I want you to think about a rope pulling your chest towards the ceiling. We're going to try to lift your shoulder blades up off the floor. And instead of like crouching like this, I want you to think about lifting this way, lifting up. So the goal here is to lift those shoulder blades up, and then we're going to go side to side, reaching for each corresponding, or side to side, reaching for your heels. So kind of like a penguin. I call them penguin abs. So looking at the ceiling, breathing, your shoulder blades are up off the ground. 4, 5, breathe. 6, reaching towards those heels. 8, 9, 10, and 10. All right, good. You can stretch out, reach your hands overhead, stretch your toes towards the opposite wall, and really stretch those abs. All right, good. Now we're going to stand back up. So remember to stand up slowly so that you don't get dizzy. We'll turn over and do that floor to stand. If you want to come up part way before you stand up and kind of let your head level, let the blood flow start to regulate, and then stand up. And we're going to end with a balance. So we're going to end with a starfish today. I'll bring that back up. As always, with all of these balance exercises, I like to recommend that you do them near a kitchen counter or somewhere sturdy so that you have somewhere to hang on to if you do lose your balance. A banister or a sturdy treadmill or a bar or something. We're going to do a starfish hold. So what I want you to do is stand on one foot and reach your arms out to the side, and we're going to tilt out to one side. So we're gonna hold this for 30 seconds. Shoulders back. I don't want you leaning forward here trying to compensate. I want you to keep those shoulders back, your chin tucked. I'm in a straight plane of motion here. You shouldn't be able to see that I'm leaning forward or even leaning back. It's more common to be leaning forward. And that's 30. Okay, we're gonna do the other foot. Reset if you felt like you were tensing up. Relax those shoulders, pull them back. Arms out to the side, tilt over to this side. Now, if you're here and that's challenging enough, stay here. The more you tilt, the more you bring that leg out to the side, the more challenging it is. This is also getting some oblique action here. So we are, whoops, breathing, keeping those shoulders back, really working that standing leg. And rest. All right, great job, everybody. Like I always say, go ahead and do those through 1 to 2 more times. Get your heart rate up in between with a little bit of cardio. You can do 5 or 10 minutes, just to kind of make sure you're keeping your heart rate up and getting a good hour-long workout or so by the time you get through all of these. If you only have time to do 1 set of everything, that's fine. At least know that you got to do something for today. All right, keep moving, and as always, please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you, everybody.